Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome to the Soul Drop channel, and this is my first impressions look on the 361 degree DVD SD1. So this is Spencer Dinwiddie's first signature shoe, I guess, with 361 degrees. I mean, he did have his own shoes, right? It was called the Kairos or whatever, and I did review them. But I guess it didn't really work out for him. I mean, it's really hard to make your own shoe, you know what I mean? Like, just making it, manufacturing it, design-wise, you know, marketing, and like, what do you do with the inventory and like the website, keeping up with orders, returns. It's just, it's a lot of work, right? So it makes sense that Spencer Dinwiddie signed with an actual like manufacturing like sports company, you know? So obviously 361 degrees is a Chinese company. If you guys do want to cop, I'll try to leave a link in the description box. Let's get started off with the tracciones, and in this color we have a solid like lavender color, right? And it's a modified herringbone traction pattern, and we have kind of like a circle here where the ball of your foot is. Also, we have Spencer Dinwiddie's logo, and we can also see a midfoot chain plate. But yeah, as far as the traction performance goes, it feels really good so far on my wood floors, right? So it has a really nice bite, and I'm really liking that so far, and it has a very loud and high-pitched squeak, which of course has nothing to do with performance, but that sounds nice. I just like to have a nice squeak, right? The traction is feeling really good so far. And as far as dust goes, obviously I haven't played in the, actually I did play in it once, and it seemed to be performing pretty damn good on a slightly dusty court. So yeah, the traction is seeming really good. I might even be top tier. You know what I mean? So that's how good it's feeling so far as the traction goes. And now moving on to the heel to toe transition, overall it does feel smooth so far. Right here in the heel we have a nice curved shape, and then also here in the forefoot we have a little bit of a curved shape and a good amount of forefoot flex. You know, it's not super like reboundy, you know, there's not a crazy spring back to it. It's more on like the flexible side of things, but it's very smooth, especially here in the heel because of this foam, right? So that feels nice so far. And now moving on to the cushioning setup, which I think is my favorite part about this shoe, and this foam is absolutely insane, guys. So we have full length Energy X foam, right? And it's actually quite thick here in the heel. And in the forefoot, you know, court feels really nice, but the heel does get a little bit thicker, so there is a little bit of an offset, but it feels super nice here in the heel, right? So it's soft, there's a good amount of compression, but also it actually feels pretty bouncy, which I like, you know what I mean? So yeah, of course, I'll have to see on the longevity of the foam. You know, does it bottom out quickly and stuff like that? But right now it feels really nice. And it's like a really bouncy foam right now. Like, it has a nice rebound back, which I like a lot. So I'm actually really liking the foam so far right now. As far as the step and comfort goes, step and comfort also is not bad. You know, so we have a critical foam insole, and if you look on the bottom of the insole, it kind of looks like Boost. It's a little bit, it's actually pretty damn thin, so it doesn't improve the step and comfort like that much, but it's like better than like a regular ortholite insole, or it just feels pretty similar to a regular ortholite insole, right? Maybe a little bit better. And then as far as the, you know, strobo board goes, strobo board is on the stiffer side of things, so step and comfort, it's all right. But I do like the extra little bounce that you get from the heel, and I feel like impact protection also is going to be good. So the cushioning setup feels really nice so far, which surprised the hell out of me, right? And now moving on to the material. So the material, I feel like, is a little bit of a downgrade, you know? I mean, I didn't mention the price, but this shoe is actually very cheap. It's $100. So it does make sense that it's like, you know, they had to cut costs somewhere a little bit, you know? With the fuse, like if you look at the fuse, it's kind of like, feels a little cheap, you know what I mean? Although it's like, it does add for support and also a lot of durability, especially for toe drags. But like they're calling it like a knitted material, like a textile or a knitted material, which does make sense and it looks nice. But I guess here in the toe box, it's not that bad. You know, it's like on the softer side of things, and also like it's thin, but it does feel like pretty glued down, especially here in the midfoot, right? So I do feel a little bit of pinching like right here, especially where the the shoe creases, right? I don't think it's terrible, you know, like I would prefer, you know, like the PG6 textile material, like that doesn't feel glued down at all. It's like super soft, but support of course isn't the best. Here in the DVD one, you know, I feel like support's gonna be a lot better, especially because it is fused and glued down, it feels like, and also it feels like there's an underlaying material as well. So like, it's pretty like rigid. You know, so I guess that's a good thing, you know, if you want a little bit more support, but I don't think it's gonna be like a super soft and super comfortable material. And then for the tongue, we have like pretty minimal padding. Like here on the bottom of the tongue, we have some mesh material for better ventilation. Then here on top, it's like pretty minimal padding, right? It's also a half booty construction tongue, which is of course good for better overall one-to-one fit. And then here in the ankle area, we actually have like, I would say an average amount of padding. There seems to be like a little bit more padding where the like your Achilles is, like in the back of the heel. But for the most part, it's pretty like average, right? So overall, it doesn't feel bad on foot, and also like looking at it, it does look pretty good. Like as far as like the like overall knit, it doesn't like look cheap. What is this? What is that? Please tell me that's not his signature, because that, that looks like scribbles. Now here on the medial side, I don't know what that is either, but it's like embroidered, which I guess looks pretty cool. But the, you know, the fuse is kind of like on the cheaper side of things, right? So I guess on foot, it feels pretty okay. You know, it's more on the stiff, rigid side, which I don't like as much, but if you want a little bit more support, that's probably better for you guys, right? Now moving on to the fit, I went true to size and it fits me pretty damn well. It's a nice snug fit. I would actually say it's a narrow fit. Like it's pretty damn narrow. You guys can see how pointy it is. Here in the toe box, it's not super snug, but it is it's pretty snug. You know what I mean? Like I can kind of curl my toes up a little bit, and then lengthwise, I was good to go going true to size. So if you want a nice, like pretty snug fit, then go true to size. If you want a roomier fit, or you have like a wide foot or a chonky foot, I'll probably go up like a half size or maybe even a full size, because it is quite a snug fit. Also, the shoe does open up a good amount, like, you know, the tongue opens up a lot, and we have a pretty high heel tab, so this shoe is very easy to slip on. I don't know what this is though. What is this? It's a pull tab, but you don't really need this. It's probably just for like aesthetic purposes. You know, you have like a little string right here in the back, right? And also, as far as the support and lockdown goes, I feel like it's gonna be good. You know, like I said, this overall material is very rigid. You know, it does feel glued down and stuff like that. And then here in the toe box, we have this fuse for extra reinforcement. And then we also have the foam coming up a little bit, acting as a sidewall. And then here in the heel, we have this dual purpose plastic piece, right? So here in the forefoot, it cages the foam, which of course is a good thing, because if this was really soft right here, it would be a little mushy and it wouldn't be the best for lateral stability, right? And then so it cages the cushion and it comes up a little bit, you know, so the heel cushion isn't as caged, but also it is dual purpose and acts as an external heel counter, which of course is a good thing, especially for lateral containment here in the heels. So that's a nice dual functioning design. So lateral support feels like it's gonna be good, and also lateral stability feels like it's gonna be good, because look at that. Super duper wide base, you know, look at how much it protrudes out here in the forefoot. So yeah, support and lockdown feels like it's gonna be good so far. And as far as the weight goes, however, I feel like it's gonna be on maybe a little bit heavier than average, like 12-13 ounces maybe. Oh, it is average, so it's 12.49, basically 12.5 ounces. Let's check the other shoe. 12.7 ounces. So yeah, that's pretty much average weight. So yeah, it feels nice on foot so far. It does feel a little bit rigid as far as the material goes, but nothing terrible. I feel like it'll break in like somewhat nicely. Obviously, it's not gonna be as soft as like the PG6 or like a very nice like knitted material, right? And also, I feel like it's gonna be responsive, because I am very, very excited about the traction. It might be top tier, and also this might be maybe a top budget shoe. Oh my god, this is crazy. I mean, like, budget shoes, honestly, like $100, you can get a really, really nice shoe. This is insane, like with this foam, right? So again, like I said, we'll have to see on the longevity of the foam. Hopefully it doesn't bottom out too quickly, but right now it's feeling nice so far, and aesthetically, I do like it. They kind of killed it on the design. I definitely wish they would use like a different type of fuse, because it just looks a little cheap. And maybe like use better laces. This this feels cheap, you know, and also for the tongue, like the material choice. But it's $100, we can't really complain. But like overall, like the silhouette and the design looks great, and this colorway also looks awesome. You know, it's like a nice lavender, like very light purple color, which I like. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, yes, my first impressions of the DVD one are looking very, very good. Feels like a very responsive shoe because of the traction, but also like nice for the cushion, you know, with a nice bounce and compression. So I'm very, very excited to keep playing in these, and it's feeling really, really good so far as my first wear and first impressions go. So anyways, that about wraps it up for my first impressions. Again, if you guys do want to cop, I'll try to leave a link in the description box, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.